So basically in SAP study what I have taken about SAP overview. Basically SAP deals with business process. Okay. So I have started told about the what are the SAP, what are the ERP packages. Okay. So these are the ERP packages like SAP, Oracle, Cybele, PeopleSoft. Okay, and these are the name of what is the meaning of ERP, how it controls, like it controls the main material, machine, and money. Okay, so this one I started discussed. Just I'm discussing in a short, a small way. I'll discuss the people who have not attended study class in detail. Okay, so these are the what is the meaning of ERP system. I've explained here completely. Okay, it's like enterprise resource planning system are complete enterprise resource planning ERP system are complete integrated system and manage all aspect of production based or distribution business aligning financial management human resources supply chain management and manufacturing or distribution with core function of accounting. Okay, so these are the theory and definitions. These are important for interview purpose, and parallelly, it's important to understand the business also. Okay, so this is not anything like we have to understand. We have to just read the things and understand the things. Okay, it's not a concept here. Okay, so now I'm starting today. Topic is just make heading procurement cycle. Just give heading procurement cycle or P2P cycle or procurement to payment cycle. This is our topic today. Okay, procurement cycle or P2P cycle or procurement to payment cycle. Just give the heading. So here what happened in procurement cycle or procurement to payment cycle. Actually, we have MM department. MM means material management. This is our module for which we are going to study now, right? Material management department. So how it's linked, how it processes the basic procurement process in SAP, that I am going to discuss here, and it is very important. They are multiple times asking in interview what is procurement cycle or what is procurement to payment cycle. Both are same only. Or what P2P cycle. You can see here I have written here P2P cycle or procurement to payment cycle. This is very important actually, and SAP MM runs about this process only basically. Okay, this is the main process of SAP MM. Okay, so this is amount. First understand, then make the notes of this diagram also. Okay, this is MM department. So how it's processing in SAP. So first of all, what we will do in MM department, suppose requirement came for any material or any services. So suppose any company is there, suppose Tata is there, that Tata company wants some 100 ton of steel, maybe pipes. Okay, so that company, Tata company asks for 100 tons of pipes. Okay, so what the company, Tata company will do, they will raise a request to purchase department. Okay, they will raise the request to purchase department, this department, and they will ask that we need material X means suppose pipe here. Okay, material X pipe, and we need 100 tons suppose, or 100 pieces anything, and delivery date should be, suppose I that company wants that material should be in their premises on 1st of April 2023. Okay, so they raise one request, that internal document request. PR is nothing but internal document request. We raise to purchase department that we need the material X, means pipes 100 pieces, and it should be there in our company till 1st of April. Okay, and after that what we will do, we will see that which vendor, Tata will see that which vendor will supply that pipes. Okay, so we will go for vendor selection, because some vendor some vendor they will give that same material Some give higher prices, some vendor will give at good prices. Suppose this 100 piece that one piece price is suppose 100 rupee. Okay, this 100 this one piece price is 100 rupees. Sandeep sir, can you please mute from your side? If any doubts, just ask. Okay, so we will go for vendor selection. So vendor selection means when we go to vendor selection, we will create request for quotation. In SAP terminology, request for quotation means we are sending quotation to vendor. Means we are asking vendor that we need this material X. Suppose that pipe I am assuming here material X. Okay, so we are asking we will send the quotation to vendor that we need material X 100 pieces and delivery date should be 1st of April 2023. So we'll create request for quotation and we will send, you can see here, we will send to different vendors XYZ. So these are 3 vendors XYZ. We are sending that request for quotation to these different vendors. Okay, so the different vendors, they are saying that we are vendor X is saying that I will give 100 per piece, means they are charging one piece 100 rupee. Vendor Y is saying that I will give 90 per piece, same piece, same quality, same delivery date. They are giving that vendor Y is giving that 90 per piece, and vendor Z is giving the same material at 120 per piece. Okay. So in SAP, what we will do, we will create maintain quotation. Okay, these are the transaction code I will show when I run SAP. I will show how to create quotation, how to create request for quotation, all things I will show. I am just showing here the business process. Okay, so after that we will maintain quotation which we got from different vendors XYZ. Okay, after that we will create the price or quotation comparison, or we can say comparative statement. We will see that which vendor is good for our company, means we will see the price also, the quality should also be good, and the date should also be matched with our delivery date, right? After price or quotation comparison, what we will do, we will go for purchase order. Okay, we will create purchase order. Purchase order full form is PO. Okay, a short form is PO. Okay, we will create purchase order material X, vendor Y. Suppose vendor is Y here I am mentioned here. Y means 90 per piece. Okay, and quantity 100 piece, or price is giving 90 per piece. Okay, so we will send that PO to vendor Y now. You can see here I have sent this purchase order to vendor Y now, and then vendor Y will send the goods to our company, means Tata. Okay, so what we will do, we will receive that goods in our store. You can see a good receipt with respect to purchase order material X, quantity 100 pieces. Okay, after that after goods receipt we will do invoice verification. Okay, so invoice verification we will get from vendor Y. Vendor Y only send the invoice note that we I'll charge for this material 90 per piece plus tax. Tax is also there, right? So in invoice we have to pay tax also. So after invoice verification, we will send that invoice verification to FI document. You can see here I have sent this to FI department, finance department. Okay, then what finance department will do? Finance department will send that payment to vendor. You can see here he sent payment to vendor Y. We can say vendor Y. Any doubt till here? This is very important. If you have any doubts, please ask me, don't hesitate. Okay, any doubts till here?
Hello.
Yes.
Please एक बार
Okay.
please
So what
repeat
we
this
will do?
topic.
We will create first of all we need some suppose any company or Tata, I am using here Tata is asking some 100 pieces material X. Okay, so what we will do, we will go to purchase department. Okay, this I have mentioned the direction also, how we have to go. Okay, so we have to go to purchase department and we have to create the purchase requisition. You can see here purchase PR means purchase requisition. It's internal document actually that we have to create in Tata company. We are not going to send this PR to vendor directly. Okay, so first of all we have to create this PR document internally, and we will mention that PR we will enter the material X, quantity 100 pieces, delivery date should be this, and what the plant should also have to mention that in which plant we are going to create this PR. I will show in the system and I will do the processes. Okay, Then we will go for vendor selection because we have created this PR purchase requisition document. So now we will select which vendor is good for our company based on the prices, the history of that vendor, and delivery date should be also matched with our company date, right? So after that we will create request for quotation, and this request for quotation we have to send to different vendors. Okay, like XYZ I have mentioned here. We can send to multiple vendors, 10 vendors, 20 vendors if we have. But I am mentioning here 3 only because
mm,
for understanding purpose it's more than enough, right? So I have created here, I have sent this quotation request for quotation to different vendors XYZ,
mm,
and they have that XYZ vendor mentioned that X has given the price 100 per piece, Y has given 90 per piece, and Z has given 120 per piece. Okay. So then after that we will receive the quotation from vendor, and then we will maintain
okay.
the quotation. Okay, here. After that we will do the price comparison or quotation comparison. We can say it. So here we will choose
Mm,
that which vendor is good, and for that vendor only we have to go to create purchase order. So here we will create purchase order with respect to X material X vendor Y
mm,
100 pieces for RS 90 per piece. How I have taken RS 90 per piece? Because vendor Y we have selected right here. Vendor Y price is 90 per piece, right? So after creation of purchase order, we will send this purchase order
okay.
document to vendor Y. That please provide me this 100 pieces quantity on this delivery date,
Mm,
and then when vendor send that goods to our store, then we will receive the goods. Okay,
okay.
and then finally invoice verification, and this invoice verification document we will send to finance department here,
Mm,
and this finance department will give the fund to vendor. Okay, this is P2P cycle.
mm,
Got it?
mm,
Okay. Piyush, you have any
got.
questions?
I got.
Rahul, Piyush, you have any questions? So please make this diagram
No,
very
sir, that's
important. This
VJ.
is very important. They are asking in interview also. Just make this diagram very clear diagram. Just make this how I mentioned. Just make the arrow and sketch the diagram in your copy. Please make the notes because when you study, when you prepare for interview, now it's very useful. Okay, in starting time it will looks like a little tough, but it's very, if you understand, if you do in system, now you will understand all the processes one by one. So make this diagram, complete all diagram. Okay, then I will make the theory also for this, that
Okay.
how we have to go the how we have to do the processes. Once done, please let me know. I will go further. Please take access of SAP offline server. Okay, I have given the number in the chat. Please ask him to install. He will give some links. You have to do the process and it will be installed in your system. But I think a space should be 500 GB, and RAM ROM should be, I think RAM should be 4 to 6 GB. at least. Done?
Okay.
Can I proceed
Okay.
further now? Okay.
Sir, give me a minute, please.
Okay.
Sir, give me a minute, please. Okay, done, sir.
Okay. So I'll
Okay,
just
done,
make
sir.
notes for this diagram so that it will be easy for you in future. Note it down. Placing purchase order. Placing purchase order. Placing purchase order to a vendor. To a vendor will be depending. Will be depending on different facts. On different facts such as such as such as cost, quality, cost, comma quality, comma delivery date, past records of vendor, past record of vendors, and etc. Past record,
Sir,
record means history.
सर
Past records of
past.
vendor,
ठीक है ठीक पास
etc.
Yes.
Next, in
यस
that only, different department, different department in a company. Just put it arrow mark and note it down in the same theory. Different department in a company, different department in a company require some goods. Different department in a company require some goods. Some goods. All department, all department will approach to will approach to material management department, will approach to material management department for request of goods, for request of goods, for request of goods. If next, if the required goods are there, if the required goods are there, if the required goods are there in the store, in the store, they will issue they will issue to the requested department, they will issue to the they will issue to the requested department. Next, if the goods are not there, if the goods are not there in the store, in the store, then purchasing department involves involves and prepare
Purchase department.
सर
purchase department involves
परचेज
involved
डिपार्टमेंट
At involved.
yeah, purchase department involves
अच्छा इन्वॉल्व
and prepare and prepare purchase requisition and prepare purchase requisition, like this I mentioned here, right? Purchase requisition means PR.
Okay.
एक मिनट ओके
I am repeating once again. If the goods are not there in the store, if the goods are not there in the store, then purchasing department involves and prepare a purchase requisition and prepare a purchase requisition document for requested material specifying material X, quantity 100 pieces, date of delivery 1st of April 2023, date of delivery 1st of April 2023. Then next, then purchase department will sort out all the vendors. Sort out means he will search that which vendor is good vendor. Then purchase department will select or sort out the all vendors. Then the purchase department will sort out all the vendors in their list and then
Hmm.
purchase department
Hmm.
will create request for quotation and send to different vendors, say XYZ, say X, y, Z. Then all vendors XYZ will send their quotations. Then all vendors XYZ will send their quotation. Then all vendors XYZ will send their quotations. For the request. Request means for material X, quantity 100 pieces, due date 1st of April 2023. Next, all the received quotations will be maintained. All the received quotations will be maintained and analyzed for all the received quotations will be maintained and analyzed for which vendor the purchase order should be sent. Next,
Purchase order should be
send.
Purchase order should be.
Next, all the vendors
ठीक.
quotations are compared. All the vendors quotations are compared and comparative statement comparative statement is nothing but price comparison. Okay, and comparative statement will be prepared. Then
Hmm.
संदीप सर आप म्यूट कर दो, रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहा हूँ, प्रॉब्लम अच्छा नहीं आएगा फिर साउंड, म्यूट कर दो.
Hello.
जब डाउट्स हो आप पूछ लो, ठीक है. Next,
Okay.
the comparison will be done. On different things. The comparison will be done on sorry
The company.
the comparison will be done on different things of vendors like cost,
different thing,
different thing like cost,
Different thing.
delivery date,
co-
history of the vendor
Co.
and history of the vendor, etc. Then purchase order will be prepared. Then purchase order will be prepared with respect to the quotation or the PR. Then purchase order will be prepared or created. Then purchase order will be prepared with respect to quotation or with respect to PR or with respect to PR.
ये will be prepared and created.
ये will be
The purchase
prepared
order will
and
be
created.
prepared with respect to RFQ or PR. RFQ means request for quotation. The purchase order will be prepared with respect to RFQ or PR by the vendor or the PR by the company for the selected vendor. and and then we will send this purchase order purchase order to vendor Y, and we will send this purchase order to vendor Y, and then vendor Y will, and after receiving our PO vendor Y will send goods vendor Y will send goods to us, goods to company, okay, goods to company, and then company store department will create inventory document or goods challan, we can say inventory document or goods challan, okay, and then finally vendor will send invoice document to us, to company, and company send that invoice document to finance department, and company send that invoice document to finance department, and finance department give fund to vendor, and finance department give fund to vendor. Next, so this is procurement cycle or basic procurement cycle, we can say, or we can say P2P cycle. This is very important, they are asking multiple times in review, okay. Just practice in home, like note it down one by one and you can understand the process, okay. Note it down.
Papa G. So purchase execution to purchase order, purchase department will handle, okay.
I am giving you the abbreviation also. Goods receipt means GR, or we can say GRN also. Good receipt number. Make a note of this one. So these are the departments in material management. These are the departments like purchase to PO is handled by purchase department. Good receipt, or we can say goods issue or transfer posting. Good receipt or transfer posting, etc. Inventory or store department will handle. Invoice verification, we can say in short IVR. Okay. MM and FI department. MM means material management, FI means finance department will handle. Okay. Then note it down. Next, it's very important topic. This is also very important topic. Next topic, all are important only. Okay. Note it down. Business process. MM business process. MM business process procedure. So we are going to read this all business process only in SAP MM. Okay. MM business process procedure. First, note it down. Procurement of material. First point. Procurement of material for a stock purpose. Okay, I'll just make it note here. Okay, procurement of material for a stock purpose. This is first point. Okay, first topic, procurement of material for stock purpose. Second, procurement of material for direct consumption purpose. Next, asset or capital goods procurement. Next, pipeline procurement. Then next, consignment procurement. These are processes. We will discuss this one in very detail in SAP also. Consignment procurement. then subcontracting procurement. Subcontracting procurement. Third party procurement. Then import procurement. Then outline agreement. Outline agreement is having two types. Okay, one is, we can say, a contract, and B is scheduling agreement. Scheduling agreement. 10th, external service procurement. Okay, then 11th, stock transfer. It is having two types: intra company stock transfer, and B, intercompany stock transfer. Intra means same company, within a company. Okay, and inter means across company. So how much? 11th, right? 12th, RTP. You can call as return transportable packaging. Okay, then 13th, non-stock material procurement. Then non-valuated material procurement. 15th, blanket purchasing. And 16th, 16th rebate agreement. Done. Completed. Can I go further? Okay, going further. So first one I will discuss here with diagram. Okay, note it down. Procurement of material for a stock purpose. The first one only, right? You can see here. Procurement of material for a stock purpose, right? This one. So I am discussing here. Just make note of this one. Procurement of material for stock purpose. So when we are procuring any material for stock purpose, then how it process in SAP. Okay. So actually we have many way to create PR. PR means purchase acquisition. Okay. I mentioned here means PR means purchase acquisition. Okay. So there are many way to create PR. So when we are procuring material for stock purpose, then what you have to do? We have to create that PR. That company will create that PR by user or by through MRP. Okay, MRP means it will create PR automatically. We have to not create manually. We have to do some configuration in SAP, and based on that it will generate PR automatically. Not we have to create manually. Okay, so we have many ways to create PR. We can create through user, through MRP, through sales order, and through project system also. Okay, so I have given you example for two way actually, like by user or through MRP, because that is mostly we have to study in MM. Okay, so first of all what we have to do, we have to create that the company will create that PR with respect to manual or with respect to MRP. Okay, so we have to create PR material X quantity 100 piece for a stock purpose. So this material we are procuring for a stock purpose, will keep in our store. Okay, we are not going to sell directly here. So after creation of PR, it will send that PR document to purchase department for approval, because if any purchase requisition or purchase order will be created, that will go to purchase department to check that if they have created correct PR document or not. By maybe you can say that purchase department administration, they will approve the amount, that is correct amount or not. So that PR will go to purchase department for approval of PR. This also we can do in SAP. How we can approve the PR? We have option, we have configuration and the transaction, we can do it in SAP. Okay, we will do it all the things. So after approval of PR, it will create request for quotation RFQ. Okay, with respect to PR for material X and quantity 10 piece. After that, the RFQ will be approved by head of department, or we can say HOD, right? The RFQ will be approved. After approval, then it will go to then RFQ will be sent to different vendors, say XYZ. Okay, then quotation from different vendors we will receive, and then we will do finally price or quotation comparison or comparative statement, and then purchase order will be created with respect to PR or RFQ for material X quantity 10 piece, due date is 10th of May. Then approval, after the purchase order created, then we will send for will send that PO to head of department for approval process. Okay, so after sending this PO to a head of department, they will see that this PO is correct. If that PO is correct, they will approve it, and then that PO will be sent to vendor. Okay, that vendor, any suppose here I have given a Y vendor only, I assume it Y only. So we will send this PO to vendor Y. So after receiving our PO, vendor will see that this vendor is this company client is asking this material, this much quantity, and this is the plant where we have to send it. So after see that details, vendor will send that goods to company premises. Okay, and after that the store department, here you can see inventory receipt will be created with respect to PO. Okay, and after that invoice verification will be done for that material plus tax. So this is the process of procurement of material for stock purpose. Just make diagram of this one, then I will make the note for this one also. Any doubt still here?
No doubt, no doubt. Clear
Okay.
doubt.
No doubt, no doubt. Clear doubt. Doubt is
Yes, you have any
clear.
doubt?
No, no, no.
Okay, just make this diagram, it's very important.
No, no, no.
All what I am teaching here, all important only. Just make the notes. How I mention the arrow, just mention same like that only. If you have any doubts, anytime just ask, don't hesitate. Once done, please let me know.
Hello?
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 Yeah, Sandeep sir.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I go further? Okay, note it down. Generally, for this only, okay. Generally, for raw materials, generally for raw materials, trading goods, generally for raw materials,
एक मिनट
generally for raw materials,
जनरली
generally raw materials or trading goods, generally raw materials, sorry,
ट्रेड
generally raw materials, comma trading goods, comma trading goods or any day to day material or any day to day materials or any day to day materials. Sandeep sir, can you please mute? I'll speak. If you have anything, just let me know.
Okay.
ओके
Generally raw
ओके
materials, trading goods, generally raw materials, comma trading goods or any day to do or any day to day materials or any day to day materials required can be procured for a stock purpose, required can be procured or purchased for a stock purpose. Next, in the same only, user will prepare a PR document and give it to purchase department and give it to purchase department and purchase department and purchase department will check for approval or not approval and purchase department will check for approval or not approval. Next, purchasing department will send RFQ. Purchase department will send RFQ to all vendors before sending it will be approved by head of department and after getting RFQ vendor will send their quotations. After getting the RFQ, vendors will send the quotations. Vendor will send the quotations.
वेंडर
Vendor will send the quotations. All the quotations received from vendor will be compared and comparative statement is prepared and comparative statement will be prepared. Next, the purchase department will find the best vendor. The purchase department will find the best vendor and they will place purchase order to that vendor with respect to RFQ, with respect to quotation or PR. Next, the PO will be verified. The PO will be verified, and then only it will be sent. It will be sent. It will be sent to the vendor. To the vendor. Next, the vendor will dispatch the goods. The vendor will dispatch the goods at the store. At the store, and a store will prepare good receipt, and a store will prepare good receipt with respect to PO, and place it into the store, and place it into the store. At GR, next, at GR, the received material is placed in a store. The received material is placed in a store as a stock. The received material is placed in a store as a stock, and material value also booked, in inventory GL account. In inventory GL account. Next, in inventory receipt, then inventory receipt will be prepared. With respect to PO, as it is procured for a stock purpose. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next heading.
Yes, sir.
Next heading. Second topic. I'm just giving overview now. Okay. I'll give details all the things what I've just explained this one. I'll explain in SAP also how to create PR, PO, how to approve PR, how to create RFQ, how to approve the RFQ, how to send RFQ to different vendors. I'll create all the things in SAP also. First take it the SAP access, okay? But now I'm giving just overview of all the business process, and it is important also because it will be helpful for you to understand in short. Next,
Okay, sir.
next,
Okay, sir.
procurement of material. Second one, procurement of material for direct consumption process or purpose. Okay, here there is no any diagram is required. Okay, I'll just make the theory part. Note it down. Procurement of material for direct consumption purpose. Generally indirect materials, comma stationaries and consumable and office materials are procured for direct consumption purpose. example, you can note it, MRO. MRO means MRO, maintenance, repair, maintenance, repair, maintenance, repair and operation. Okay, meaning of MRO. Example, MRO, maintenance, repair and operations. Next, process flow is same as a stock procurement. Process flow is same as a stock procurement, but in the purchase requisition, process flow is same
Process flow.
similar. Process flow is same as a stock procurement. The first one, I am talking about first one. The process flow is same as a stock procurement, but in the purchase requisition means PR, but in the purchase requisition, user will specify clearly the item is required for particular user department, consumption purpose. Next, under goods receipt, the received material, the received material will be given directly to relevant user department consumption purpose, and material value also booked under the relevant department. Consumption GL account. GL account means general ledger. You can note it down in cost like general ledger. GL means general ledger. GL means general ledger. Okay, this is part of actually finance. I will discuss but some topics are there where it's interlinked with MM. Okay, I'll discuss that in detail later on. Okay, so relevant department consumption GL account, but not in a stock GL account, Okay, next, pipeline procurement. Pipeline procurement process. note it down. In this process material flow continuously from vendor premises to the company premises through pipe cable or wire. Example of pipeline is, what is example of pipeline? This SAP is only business process. Okay, if you understand business, it's easy for you. Example of pipeline, we can say aisle, right? Aisle like petrol, water, gas, LPG also. Now it's flowing through the, they're doing pipeline connection for LPG also, right? Gas and the power means electricity, etc. Next, in this process no PR, no PO and no GR. In this process no PR, no PO, no GR. Whenever material is required, withdraw it from vendor premises, from vendor pipeline or premises, from vendor pipeline to production or to any internal consumption purpose, and immediately settle the pipeline liability, and immediately settle the pipeline liabilities to vendor for withdrawn quantity only. I'll make diagram for this one. Okay, I'll make to now only. So this is the theory part. For this I will make one diagram. So note it down parallelly. Pipeline agreement. So first of all, what you have to create? Info record. For pipeline. Material, any material, I'm assuming X here because anything will be there, right? Material X, vendor, some vendor X, plant X and plant X validity period so we are making agreement, right? So validity period should be I am assuming from 1st of April to till 31st of December 23. Okay, and RS means price, 100 per liter something, you can say liter, because we are assuming in pipes and cables, all these things, or it may be ampere also, but suppose we are assuming here liquid. Okay, after that goods issue. So we are not doing here any PRPO, right? Directly we will do goods issue from vendor pipeline or premises, we can say, to production or to cost center. Material X vendor X quantity I am assuming here. You are seeing here, right? Here we are not mentioning any quantity in info record. We are assuming here quantity, suppose 100 liter. Sorry, this is price. This is 100 liter per price. Okay, this is quantity. So assume it 1000. Okay, for easy liter. Then after goods issue, then we will send this goods issue document to vendor, right? Then you have to send this goods issue document, send GI. We can say goods issue short GI, right? I'll mention here. Send GI to vendor. Then automatic settlement or auto invoice verification. You can say automatic settlement or invoice verification. The T code different for this one. Okay, I'll mention MRKO is T code, right? MRKO. So settlement of pipeline liabilities to vendor. Okay, material X, quantity 1000 liter. RS, what is price? RS 100 per liter. So automatic settlement or auto invoice verification, settlement of pipeline liability to vendor for GI quantity or with DAL quantity, we can say it. Okay, material X quantity 1000 liters and R is 100 per liter. And then finally send automatic settlement document to vendor. So how it flow? It will go like this. Make direction, and it will go from here. Sorry. So this is diagram of pipeline procurement process. Any doubt till here? Any question? Any questions?
No, sir. Clear.
No, sir. Clear.
So can you stop here for today, because we have started now. We'll go slowly because some people not joined today because they are traveling actually. So better we'll continue from next class, next Saturday. It's okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Any doubts, Piyush?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Rahul?
No, sir.
Okay. Can we stop today?
No, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are stopping today for today. So
Yes,
Piyush,
sir.
what time